Hello, hello, hello. Welcome for another episode of Author Spotlight. Yes, yes, yes. The ladies have taken over. I wish I had Missy Elliott in the background telling you that it's ladies' night. I'm telling you, we are
Woohoo!
excited for Visionistas Conference 2021. We have one of the Visionistas, one of the women who think outside of the box. Her name is Genesis Maple. Say hello to everyone, Genesis.
Hello, everyone. So glad to be here. Thank you, Darren.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad to be here. I was so excited because it was ladies' night and whatnot that I forgot to tell you. My name is Darren M. Palmer, Chief Book Officer, self-published in 30 days. They allowed for me just to do the interviews. They kicked me out on all the other platforms. I'm gonna see if I can sneak in for the Visionistas conference, but they didn't even let me host the event. So I'm doing what I can with what I got. I feel like Moses right now. But anyway, let me be a great emancipator with going into this interview today. Genesis, if you don't mind, share with the people a little bit about who you are and why did you do this particular project for as Visionistas.
Okay, awesome. So, my name is Genesis Maple. I am married with a beautiful teenage daughter. I am currently in sales in the IT industry. My entire life, I have been writing. I actually used to write frequently as a teenager and a young adult. And I kind of, as I grew in business, that kind of transformed into more technical writing. So just kind of doing some deep diving with my therapist and having to live through the pandemic, I was able to kind of tap back into writing on a personal level. So all that was going on. And then I got the opportunity presented to me from one of the other Visionistas, and it was just a perfect fit. It was like it was time for me to speak more about things I had gone through and am still going through. So, yeah, I think it was just the perfect timing. I was, of course, very nervous to put myself out there, but it was very therapeutic, and I'm very happy with the body of work that I was able to contribute to for sure.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And for those who are listening and you're hearing what Genesis is sharing, I want to just bring up a few of the things that I was able to extract out of what she just imparted to us of the importance of not allowing excuses to dictate you moving towards your destiny. What I mean by that is there are a myriad of ways or things that popped up that could have been an excuse for Genesis not to become an author or not to get it done. So she was able to overcome the situation with the pandemic, being able to create content to be able to have it out and be available at this particular time. Well, you just heard her share it. She has she's a wife. She has a beautiful daughter. She has to make sure she take care of health. She has a full-time career that she's responsible for and things that comes with that. So any one of those could have been a reason why she didn't move forward and get a book done. She could have said, hey man, it's so much stuff going on that I can't do it. Maybe at another time, maybe when my daughter graduates, maybe when we're in another season in our lives. So she still was able to get it done. So for whoever that is out there that's listening to this interview and you're thinking to yourself, you don't understand, my kids are in AAU, you don't understand. No, her daughter travels. She's very active. They just came recently from a trip from Indianapolis traveling with it or whatnot. And you're going 10 minutes down the road and act like you can't get anything done when you come home, besides watching wife swap and eating hot Cheetos. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother
Right,
show. But I want us just to keep in mind that what's important to you, you can get done. And
right.
Genesis, what was the aha moment or what was the epiphany of you moving past all of that and saying, you know what, I'm doing it. Like,
Okay, so it was definitely a combination of a few things. Like I said, and like I speak to in my chapter of the book, I went through some intensive therapy that I truly needed. There were, I think, some things that I had not dealt with for my entire lifespan, and I thought that it began to kind of hold me back from what my what's next. So I'm at this, point in my life where my career is good, my family's good. I feel like, I'm always busy, I'm always doing something, my kids doing great. But there was something missing. And part of the therapy process was writing. My therapist was very, very adamant about you need to journal, you need to get that out. We did a burn letter to kind of address some issues from childhood. It was really helpful. But I think that in addition to being pushed to write more, having the opportunity to, for me, get myself out a little slower. So I like being presented with the option of being in a collaboration piece, because there's a whole lot of stuff I want to say and different things that I want to write. But this kind of gave me a focus of get started here. Here's what we're talking about. And it was exactly where I was in my life. So it was just like the perfect segue to get me started. So after I got, a push from some folks on your team, I'm not going to call anybody out. After I got a push from some people on your team, it was just, like I said, the perfect storm. The timing was perfect. And like I said, the ability to be able to write as part of a collaboration made me feel safer, made me feel more confident. And now when I read it and, I look at what all the other amazing ladies wrote, it empowers me to say, hey, I'm ready for my own project. I know that coming soon, there is more inside of me that I want to be able to share to help each other and to get it out of me.
Man, I'm telling you, as the great Alicia Keys said, that girl is on fire. I'm telling you. Hey, when we hear it from Genesis, for those who are listening to this, understand this. It's okay. I think
It's scary.
it can be, the phobia of what will happen, or am I ready for this?
Judgment. Right.
Judgment. Do I want to do this? The accuser of the brethren, whatever you want to come up with. The law of average. We all are faced with this imposter
Mhm.
syndrome. Who am I to write? Who am I to share something? Then if you're not careful, it'll get in your ear for us telling you, what's too many people got books out. So ain't no sense of me doing a book. I mean,
Right.
yes, yes. But what we're hearing from Miss Maple is the importance of you have a story, the power of your story.
Everyone.
Somebody will get it because it's you. They won't get it just because it's Oprah. They won't get it because it's Warren Buffett, or they won't get it because it's Carlos Slim in Mexico. They're going to get it because it's your story. There's somebody who is designated, they're set apart for you to be able to impart your story to them. So now they can see, oh, I can do it. So let's look at this as well, as far as the domino or the ripple effect, what Genesis is doing too. Because now, what does that mean to our daughter? Her
Absolutely.
mom is an author. What does that do for the
Absolutely.
family as far as legacy?
Mhm.
The L word. Now, all of a sudden, years to come, this is what we do in our family. So now you don't have the limited things, the poverty, the lack. We known for other things that doesn't align with who we truly are, for as royalty, being kings and queens.
Yes.
We're getting past that by understanding that the paradigm has been shifted. So now, what does that mean with the conversation? For as I'm able to, someone's over and staying all night with them, and they're visiting, or they're at a volleyball game or whatnot, and then they got a book. Whoa, your mama author? What does that do for that young lady? Or what does that do for that young man? Or what does that do for that educator when they view and see it that way? What does that do for her husband, seeing, wow, look what my wife has been able to accomplish? Look at how she was able to overcome obstacles and not create excuses, but see the opportunities that were awaiting for her. I love this quote, Genesis, and I think that you can relate to this. The quote is that most people acquiesce for known hells, forfeiting unknown heavens.
Mm.
Let me say it again
Mm.
for the people in the back. Most people
Mm.
acquiesce for known hells, forfeiting unknown heavens. And
Mm.
so, with that, most people, even though the situation is dysfunctional, even though it can actually be toxic, or it can be hurting, or actually killing them, comfort is more important than freedom.
Mm. Ah, that's a word right there.
So I want those who are listening to this, that you are supposed to write. That you have a story in you, even though you're looking at it and you're desiring. And some of you, depending on where you are and what your faith is, you could be praying, you could be seeking out, you could be sending out energy, wanting things, but you're not willing to have faith with works. So you won't accomplish because you don't understand, by you taking the initial step will put things in motion that will get you to where you want to be. So that's why
Right.
you see so many people on anxiety medications and things like that right now, because you're not doing what you know you're called to do.
Right.
So whenever you're not doing
Absolutely.
what you know you're supposed to do, so you're gonna have anxiety from that because you know it's more in you. Now you can try
Right.
to press it down and compress it. It ain't that, it
That's
ain't
gonna
this.
make you sick inside, okay?
There you
It
go.
will make you physically sick. And that's something that I kind of speak of. Just I was dealing with so much anxiety and I was literally like sick in my body, like several times. It was really, really, really bad. And um, I believe that's part of it. When you're not going in the direction that your life is supposed to be going in, you do all these other things you think you want to do or are supposed to do. If it's not what's for you, it's only going to add stress to your life. And just being ill physically and mentally from, I guess, not receiving the blessings that I know I'm supposed to have, it just, being able to work through that, I guess, it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of different things. And I hope that, by sharing that my family's proud of me, then people that know me are proud of me, but also that I can help someone else who may be going through something. Like I said, I was scared to share. It was not a comfortable feeling. It was very uncomfortable. You worry about judgment and, who will say this and, how will they look at me after they find out this. um, it's just the part of the process. And for me, it's kind of freeing. I like the way I feel now, even though I'm, anxious, the book's coming out, what's going to happen next, but I'm really excited to be a part of it. And I think that I made the right decision in sharing. And I think that I have more to share. And I hope that, like I said, I can, be a part of other projects and also do some independent work. I wanted to say to people that have a story, but don't think that you're a writer, because I do think that being a writer is an art form. We're not all artists and creatives, but we all have something inside us that can be shared. There are outlets for that. So whether you, seek counseling or, religious support, or you find someone within your organization there, and I know that you guys have people that help to develop stories for writers that aren't authors or authors that aren't writers. There's so many things that you can do to get it out of you. So never be scared of my words don't look good on paper. It's more about how you feel when you're telling that story and how someone is receiving that story. There's many ways to get that in black and white. So don't stop or don't second guess yourself because you don't feel like you were an author, a refined author. I want to definitely put that out there for people.
I'm telling you, my girl is dropping value bombs on here today. She's really giving it to us. For those out there, you think you said, man, I'm not an author. I didn't even do good in this. Okay, let me give y'all a heads up. The person that you see here who owns the publishing company, yes, Darren M. Palmer, chief book officer with self-publishing 30 days, number one self-publishing company in the world. I failed British Lit, and it don't matter. See, and some of you thinking now, like, how in the world is that boy run the publishing company and how he sound? That boy country, how in the world? But it don't matter.
That don't mean
See,
nothing.
it
Nope.
don't mean nothing. See, that's what
Absolutely.
team is about.
Right.
Team. And so what Genesis is sharing
Support.
with you,
Right.
support, service, people working with you, you can get that stuff cleaned up. For those of you who writing might not be your thing, no fear, my dear. You can use your phone. We can set it up, have you record yourself on Zoom when you have an outline, have it transcribed, have it put into a Word document, have some
Oh, I
stuff
love
shifted
that.
and moved around. Now, all of a sudden, you're getting content done quicker instead of thinking that you need to be looking out of a window at a beach and think you Ernest Hemingway and you writing down what you need to do and you making it sound so nice. No, it's processes. It's
Right.
what you do. So those of you, that's why you get with experts to help assist you. So Genesis, I really appreciate you sharing that. And I want you
Yeah.
just to bring this up, Genesis, for those who are listening to this. Somebody's saying, okay, Genesis, I get it. I'm feeling you, but it makes sense. I mean, you got it together. You got a beautiful family. You brilliant. Like you say, you got it all. How some people looking at this and they thinking to themselves, it makes sense for somebody like you to write a book, but I'm going through some tough times. I don't know if my story is important enough to share. I don't have all this stuff going on that you got going on or Darren got going on. Could you share with that person the importance of why they should share their story with the world?
I actually think that's the best time to share. I don't want anyone to end up like I did. First of all, I'm not perfect. Um, no one is perfect. I do have great things going on in my life. I am truly blessed, but I have not always been right here. And anyone who knows me knows that I have not always been where I am today. I think that it's more important than ever to share when you think that you're in that broken place where you shouldn't share. Because for me, if I would have been more open with myself and with others before, even back into childhood, through adolescence and young adulthood, I wouldn't be at that place where I was so broken and hurt that I had to go get help to kind of get that stuff out of me. If you are in a place where you know that you're dealing with something, even if you don't share your writings, get it out. Eventually, you can look back at that and you will see that that's going to be a tool or a resource to help someone else. That's the bottom line of it. The we all are going through the same things in different ways. And especially as women, we have so many things, so many layers of things we're responsible for, and our contributions. It's very important that you release that. You know, we are more emotional beings than the guys. So they're able to kind of sometimes suppress those emotions. They express them in different ways. Don't let that eat you up inside. Get it out of you, whatever that looks like. Like you said, make a video, get on a podcast, use your voice, write something down on paper, record something, get it out of you so you can clear yourself out and to receive your blessings.
I love it. And I want those who understand that it's possible. It's possible for you. That's why we had Genesis come on today. Is because this isn't like this is comfortable. It's not like Genesis do this every day. She's not like she's doing podcasts every day, or she's just writing books. She's in
Absolutely
a
not.
video. She got flyers all out. Y'all seeing her being promoted. It's not like that. So we're sharing it to show. She's showing you the human side. Don't allow the facade of what you see just on a flyer to understand that this is courage.
Yeah.
That's having some fear or anxiety, but doing it anyway. And I want to be able to close this out for us understanding that if you won't do it for you, because it's amazing. There's some things we won't do for ourselves, but we'll do it for our kids, or we'll do it for our husbands, we'll do it for our mothers, or we do it for people who we love, our grandparents, whoever it is. So I
Absolutely.
want you to think about this for those who are on the fence and straddling the fence. Make sure that you understand that it's somebody counting on your story. It's somebody that could be on the
Even if
brink.
you don't know that person yet.
That's it. That's it,
Absolutely.
Genesis. Somebody's counting on your story. It's somebody on the brink of suicide, but your story is gonna help. It's somebody whose marriage right there close to being at divorce. It's somebody who got a strained relationship with their child, a significant other. It's some bonus parents and families who dealing with some things that they trying to find a way to put this thing together. But you have seen it. You have a roadmap. You have some experiences that's unique to you that could help that person, help that family, those business owners or professionals. You have some experiences or some things that you've been able to overcome in your career
For
that could
sure.
help somebody else navigate those uncharted waters or whatnot to be able to get them where they need to be.
Right.
So just keep that in mind as we close this out. And Genesis, we thank you, we appreciate you, we support you. And
Thank you
those of you
guys.
who have benefited from this, make sure you tune in to the Visionistas Conference 2021. We would love for you to be there. We will also have on demand video on demand where you'll be able to have access to this like content what we have here with Genesis and others. And so be a part of it. Go register at self-publish your letter in 30days.com forward
Absolutely.
slash events. But Genesis, for those who are looking at connecting with you, how can they connect with you? Basically, do you have any social media handles, anything like where people can connect with you at?
Absolutely. I'm pretty much an open book, so I don't have like a separate account or anything for other ventures that I have. So I'm just my name, Genesis Maple, on Facebook. On Instagram, you can find me at Jen for the win. Y'all like that, right?
Hey, hello.
On Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to get better with social media, guys. You know, my daughter's calling me an old lady. I'm trying to get there. I have so many things to manage that I'm slowly getting myself in there, but definitely Facebook and IG is my go-to. LinkedIn, definitely Genesis Maple as well, for all of my professional connections and professional ventures. So yeah, send me a connect.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we don't want to forget to of whatnot. For those who might be in the Houston area or whatnot, if you could share a little bit about the company that y'all have, where y'all are able to help people celebrate during this time.
Yes, so we
Could you share that?
recently started a yard greetings company. It's called Yard Candy HTX. And what it is, I know y'all seen these cute little signs in everyone's yard for different holidays, graduations, birthdays, anniversaries. It's really something that we were talking about for a few months as a family. We want to do something fun. We both do professional work, but we are also creatives. My husband was a photographer for a while and I had an event planning company. So we do have some creative things that we like to be able to release in addition to my writing. I like the kind of artsy side of it. So yeah, we started Yard Candy and we've been doing good for the past month and a half. Looking forward to booking a lot more customers. So if you need a greeting for your yard to celebrate anything, especially in these uneasy times, you can't go out and have a huge party or maybe go on a vacation, give us a call. Follow us at yard.candy.htx on IG.
Awesome. We'll make sure that we have all that information in the show notes. I
Thank
didn't
you.
want your husband jumping on me because you didn't remember to put that out there. So I didn't want to be in trouble. I didn't want to be in trouble with Mr. Maple. So I said, let me go ahead and slide that in real quick. So I don't want no problem with Mr. Maple or not. Now,
Thank
I just
you.
get a hard time. So I just want to tell you that I am grateful for our connection to be able to see the growth in you, um,
Absolutely.
as just from a young lady to just being in adulthood, the amazing wife that you are, great daughter that you are, and then also being an amazing mother to see the experience and how you parent and how you pour into people. I just want to let you know people are looking, and you went through that test as a testimony, and I just think that we are all are better by having a Genesis Maple in our lives. So kudos to you, and we
Thank
celebrate you,
you.
Genesis. Thank you so much for coming on to Author Spotlight.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome, awesome. For those who are tuned in, remember March 20th, this
Yes.
Saturday, we want you there for Visionistas Conference 2021. Remember, if you won't change, be the change. Until next time, be blessed and be great. And remember, this is the year for your new book.